Welcome to the channel. I'm Ricky Myers and this is the Actionbrary, my little place in the YouTube verse where I can share my love for the books and movies of the action thriller genre. A love that was started as a child back in the 60s and 70s. If you also love the action genre, I hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel and even throw a thumbs up if you like today's video. All right, let's roll.
Today, we're celebrating the publication anniversary of The Charm School by the late author NELSON DeMILLE. DeMille, who passed away in 2024 at the age of 81, has written many great novels in the action thriller genre and the subgenres of espionage and terrorism, going all the way back to his first book in 1978, By the Rivers of Babylon. Warner Brothers first published the hardcover edition of The Charm School on April 1st, 1988. The book is considered a spy thriller that is set in the Soviet Union in the 80s. I'm not going to give away any of the great spoilers that make up this book because I really think that you would enjoy reading it if you haven't done so already. So here's a general plot description for the book. The novel's protagonist is a U.S. Air Force colonel who fought in Vietnam as an F-4 Phantom fighter pilot. He has since transferred to Air Force Intelligence and serves in that capacity as a military attaché at the American Embassy in Moscow. A young American MBA graduate driving in the Russian countryside encounters another American who claims to have escaped from a secret Russian POW camp containing other American POWs, all from the Vietnam War. He claims the POWs are being used to teach and Americanize Soviet spies for spy missions in America. Remember the television series The Americans? That was a series that focused on Russian spies that were embedded into America as sleeper cells only to be activated when needed. Joe Weisberg, who created The Americans, must have read The Charm School at some point in his life. Even though there is no real connection between the two, I can say that I'm a fan of both The Americans and The Charm School.
Now I'd like to share with you my personal copies of The Charm School. This is my hardcover first printing edition. Try to get a little closer for you there. That was released by Warner Books. You can see there on the bottom. On April 1st, 1988. This is the back of the book here. And what else can I tell you about this? I guess I would guesstimate the value of this is in mint condition. There's no issues with this particular, make sure I'm giving it the right way for you. No particular issues with our defects or anything on this book. Very square binding, it's firm. I would guesstimate that this, in this condition now, is probably valued at somewhere between $40 and $65. Obviously, if you had a signed copy, because Mr. DeMille is no longer with us, if you have a signed copy, you could probably add another $30 to that price. So this is my hardcover. I also have a later edition. This is not a first printing of the paperback, but I can tell you this, that the artwork is almost identical to the first printing, with the exception that the dog tags in the middle that have the hammer and sickle on them are a little bit bigger on the first printing. The first printing came out in 1989, and this particular printing is 1998. There's what you have on your spine, and some blurbs on the back. So this is my, what I call is a reading copy. One day I will hunt down a first printing of that 1989 copy.
Aside from the 1989 and 1998 covers, there are some other interesting covers that have graced later paperback editions, which as a collector, I'm always looking to pick up when I'm out in the wild. Some include the most recent cover, which is a slight return to the original hardcover and a play on the Russian folk art style known as resting dolls. This one has the hammer and sickle flag inside of the American flag. As a Marine, I'm most interested in picking up a copy of the cover that depicts the Marine Corps War Memorial. An odd choice, honestly, since the protagonist is a colonel in the Air Force. The only Marines in this book are the Marine Embassy guards at the American Embassy in Moscow.
So with that, I'll say happy publication day to the Charm School. The Charm School is now 38 years old as of April 1st. And, first of all, rest in peace, Mr. Nelson DeMILLE. Thank you for writing not only this, but all of the books that you wrote that we've enjoyed all these years. And I'm reminded of something that Jack Carr has said. Books like The Charm School, when they first came out, they were cutting edge, modern day thrillers. And now they are perfect timepieces. So if you ever wanted to engross yourself in a 1980s Soviet Cold War espionage thriller, this is the book for you. Enjoy. And until next time, happy collecting.